That's awesome.
Okay, we'll get started now. I think we're on the air. We'll go ahead and open this morning's hearing. My name is Scott Summers, an attorney with the General Counsel's Office here at the Department of Education. Today we are going to have four consecutive rule hearings on four related regulations, the subject of which is revisions to 92 NAC 41, informally known as Rule 41, and that is regulations governing the authorization to operate private post-secondary career schools. We'll close that hearing and go straight to proposed revisions to 92 NAC 42, Rule 42, known as Private Post-Secondary Career School Agents and Issuance of Certificates of Approval to Recruit. That will be followed by proposed revisions to 92 NAC 43, it's Rule 43, regulations governing the complaint and investigation procedures of private post-secondary career schools, and finally 92 NAC 44, which are regulations concerning private post-secondary career schools tuition recovery cash fund. Today's date is August 16th, 2016. We are located in the State Boardroom of the Nebraska Department of Education in the State Office Building in Lincoln. The legal notice of today's hearing was published in the Omaha World Herald on July 11th, 2016. Normally I read a small litany of guidelines for testimony today, but it is just about 4 minutes after 10. The rule hearing was noticed for 10 o'clock. There is no one here but NDE staff persons. So I will dispense with all that and just invite Nebraska Department of Education staff member Brad Dirksen to describe and explain, first of all, the proposed revisions to Rule 41.
We want to make a proposed revision to Rule 41 to keep language consistent in each rule. If they're non-substantive changes, in Rule 41, Section 001 under General Information, we want to basically adjust that to have it consistent with the other rules. So 001.01 statutory authority reads, this chapter is adopted pursuant to Section 85-1601 at sec of the revised statutes of Nebraska, RRS. Such sections may be cited as the Private Post-Secondary Career School Act. No other changes are proposed.
And this errata sheet is what you just described, or that's just...
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And the, just a moment. That would change 001.01. What about the description of the, can you give me a brief overview of the other changes that are proposed that aren't non-substantive changes to the hearing draft? Are they just all statutory?
Yeah, the other changes that we're making are all changes to keep the rule in line with state statutes. Any other differences, there's a change in Section 04.15A3 that allows schools' transcripts to reflect clock hours. There's a change in 006 to require a school to display its authorization to operate also.
Okay.
Everything else is to reflect statute changes.
Okay. Anything else on 41?
No, that's all.
Okay, and you received no advanced written testimony on 41?
No.
Okay. We'll close that part. We don't need to do any formal closing or opening, but we'll move to proposed revisions to 92 NAC 42, which is private post-secondary career school agents and issuance of certificates of approval to recruit.
The only adjustments on that rule that we're proposing are to keep everything in line with state statutes. The only thing different than the rule hearing draft that we have today, we're proposing another change in that Section 01 general information as noted on their errata sheet.
Okay. Anything else on 42?
No other changes.
Okay. We'll move to proposed revisions to Nebraska Department of Education Rule 43, which are regulations governing the complaint and investigation procedures.
The hearing draft includes all the changes to rule to reflect changes that were changed in statute, so everything's just being kept in line with statute. Again, there is one edit on the errata sheet that notes a non-substantive change to section 001 general information to keep in line with section 001 of the previous chapters. No other information was gathered from any outside sources or anything else.
Okay. And lastly, we'll go to proposed revisions to Rule 44, 92 NAC 44, the Career Schools Tuition Recovery Cash Fund Rule.
This is the same as the prior ones. We're making all the changes to keep the rule in line with state statute. The only change to the hearing draft would be in section 001 as noted on the errata sheet, to keep that section in line with the prior rule sections for consistency purposes. We didn't receive any other notices or information, written notices or telephone or anything else
Okay.
from anyone else with comments.
Fair enough, okay. I will tell you, in the event you receive any written testimony before the close of the day, just get it to me, although that wouldn't be expected since we're just aligning with statute. I guess, unless you have anything to add, Brad, we'll go ahead and close the quickest 4 rules hearings that we've done. Thank you.